This song is called Get Ready, My Soul. It was written by Daniel Nahmod, and he is one of my favorite New Thought musicians. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
The theme for the month at CSL Dallas has been all about practice, practice, practice. That we are practicing applying spiritual principle in our lives, that we are practicing using spiritual practice as a way to train ourselves to actually live the life that we know we want to live. If you were in the Science of Mind class this morning, then you know that we already laid a foundation and talked a little bit about, there are no limits on the universe. And in order for us to achieve the things we want to achieve and to experience what we want to experience, that we have to be able to imagine it using divine imagination, or aligning our imagination with divine imagination, and that we have to be able to turn away from any condition that appears not to be in alignment with where we're going. So we train our thoughts through daily practice in order to be able to experience the life we want to live and to contribute to a world that works for everyone, which is the vision for Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide. And so as we all month long have had all these opportunities to think about what we want to practice and how we want to practice, it just struck me to go back to the very first week of the month, where there was a part of the conversation where we were thinking about, why do we want to practice? Why is practice even important? Why would we want to invest our time and our energy in practice, in spiritual practice? And really, as we're ending the month, it's the same answer. In order to create the life we want, we must practice being in joy. We must practice being an example of harmony. We must practice experiencing, expressing, and sharing love. We must practice that until it becomes so innate, until it becomes our default. And we must do that because we want to be a beneficial presence in the world. We want to receive that which we want. We want to have a life we love. So so there's a little voice in my head saying, well, Tracy, yeah, of course that makes sense, but why do you keep stressing it? And what I realize is I keep stressing it because some of you, like me, grew up being exposed to a religion where you were told or taught that the reason you want to practice is because you want to gain favor with an entity that is outside of yourself, who is judging you, who will punish you if you don't do things the way you're supposed to. And what we know from a New Thought perspective and from a metaphysical perspective, and what we teach in Science of Mind, is that, of course, there is the law of cause and condition, cause and effect, that there are consequences to the choices we make. But it's a natural law. If I make choices that result in me having experiences I don't want, I'm not being punished. It is just the natural outcome of the choices I made in my behavior or in my actions. And so when that happens, really the effect of my choice, the effect of my behavior is not some punishment from something or someone outside of me or up in the sky. It is the reflection. And if I am getting something I don't want, results that I don't want, then guess what? I get to step up to the plate and choose again. I get to choose something different. And as that plays out, then I will have a different result. I will get a different outcome. And so it is important for me to remember that the reason I am practicing is so that the universe can respond to me and deliver what I really want. And my role in that is to use spiritual practice to ground myself, to continually affirm the truth, to study, to read devotionals, or to read books that teach me or remind me the way spiritual law works. Because in case you forgot, spiritual law works the same for everyone, for all of creation. Spiritual law doesn't say, oh, well, you know, Candy's been praying every day for the last 30 days. And Tracy, you've only prayed 25 days. So I'm going to give Candy what she wants, and you have to wait till next month. No, those 5 days that I didn't pray, what I was doing was worrying about something, or doubting that it could happen, or forgetting that I am in partnership with the universe to deliver this into physical form. And so in those 5 days, I pretty much said, well, you know, maybe it'll happen, but maybe it won't. And the universe just said, okay, maybe it won't. Right? You just put a lot of energy into that. You were worrying a lot more hours than the 5 minutes a day you were praying. You worried for 5 days, like 5 or 6 hours each one of those days. And so the universe is simply saying yes to that which we put into the soil of our lives. So that's the why. And this theme this month of practice, practice, practice has given me the opportunity to consciously and intentionally ask myself almost every day, am I doing spiritual practice? Am I studying spiritual principle? And 3, how am I using it? How am I applying it in my everyday life? And so the lyrics in the song that Lainey sang right before I began talking, get ready. Get ready. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. And I don't know, do you get the same visual I get? I actually kind of in my mind say, okay, get ready, get ready. And I imagine myself like diving off the diving board into the deep end, into the pool of water, and remembering that when I have done that in the past, it feels so good to break through the water and then go down, and there's water all around me. I'm underwater. It's under me. It's around me on both sides. And then I've used my arms and maybe kick my legs and come back up and, my head above water. But I have dived in to this substance that has greeted me, surrounded me, and now supports me as I take a breath. And I am just floating in the substance. And so in the lyrics, get ready, my soul. Get ready, pool of water. Get ready, big pool, Olympic-sized swimming pool of spiritual water, because I am diving in so that I can remember what it feels like to be completely surrounded by and completely engaged with and completely supported by this spiritual pool. And the water is there. And so for me, that going deep this month, or just diving into the deep end of the pool, has also required me to dive into my soul's desire. Because it is impossible to use spiritual practice if I'm not if I don't have some clarity about what is my desire. Spiritually, what do I want to experience and how do I want to be in the world? I want to be a beneficial presence. I want to be a person who, when people engage with me, they experience love and light. And if I know that, then I know what to include in my spiritual practice and how to behave. So that's the deep. I pause in this moment because, interestingly enough, what went through my head when I said the word deep was, oh, you're in deep weeds, or oh, you're in deep doo-doo, or oh, you're in deep trouble. And isn't it amazing how our brain has that information in it? And if we don't pay attention, that could become the default for the rest of my day. Yeah, you kept saying the word deep, and those relationships or those definitions are back there. And it's like, no, I turn away from fear. I turn away from the expectation that I would be in deep trouble or create a deep problem, because I am right here and right now aligning myself with the depth of spirit that is deeper than anything I can imagine and is only seeking to fill me up and to be expressed and experienced by me. So what do we want to think about if we want to go from deep to deeper? So, some of the lyrics, I love the way that song builds, because when I heard Lainey sing, I'm diving into the deepest kind of love, right? I'm diving into the deepest kind of love. And I'm going to experience the sweetest life, the sweetest kind of life. I just take a deep breath, and it's like the deepest kind of love and the sweetest kind of life. What can I do to experience that? And in this month that we are pretty much bringing to a close, I noticed that Wednesdays, being a part of the meditation and metaphysics and doing guided meditation and having a conversation about practicing faith or practicing receiving or practicing joy, that, I was getting in touch with the deepest kind of love, the deepest and the sweetest part of life. But it happened because I was intentional. And I turned away from what was going on in the physical that didn't align with the deepest love or the sweetest life. And I said, that is happening, but it is not the only thing that is happening. It is not the definition of my entire life. And as I recognized that was drawing me deeper and deeper every week of the month, I also got the opportunity this past Wednesday to experience what it feels like to go even deeper, to the deepest truth, the deepest faith. And here's what happened. It was Wednesday. I was assigned to lead meditation. And every week we've been focusing the meditation and the conversation in August on practicing something, practicing some spiritual practice or belief. And I found myself caught having to make a difficult decision. Because as you know, on Sunday night of last week, there was a young black man who was shot in the back 7 times, who now will most likely be paralyzed for the rest of his life. And the circumstances around that shooting are tragic. And it really affected me, not only as a black person, but as a person of faith, that we continue to have race-based hatred and violence show up. And that was Sunday night. And then Monday night, there were protesters. And then Tuesday night, there was a young white teenager who shot 3 people, and 2 of them died, and 1 of them was seriously injured. And that all came to light on Wednesday. So all day on Wednesday, I was being thrown into the physical universe, what was happening as a human being, what I was feeling, and the fear and the hopelessness and the frustration and the anger and the rage and the hopelessness. Will this ever change? And it required me to go to that deepest place of saying to myself, Tracy, do you believe what we teach? Yes. Tracy, do you know what can happen here? No, I don't know. Do you know how to stop it? No, I don't know, but Spirit knows. And my faith must go to Spirit, and I can choose what to believe without ignoring or denying the truth of what is happening in the physical universe. And so, yes, it's tragic. Yes, I'm afraid. Yes, I feel a little hopeless. And I went into spiritual practice. I went into knowing that the universe has no limits, and that my prayer and action, combined with both the prayers and the actions of other people of faith, knowing that life is sacred and holy, and everyone in the universe is a unique individual, and that Spirit is guiding, guarding, and protecting life, I didn't snap out of it just like this. I went deep. As the lyrics in the song say, deeper than I've ever been before. And I found myself closer to my sacred source. And that is what allowed me to step forward. That is what allowed me to move one step forward. And that's what I hope you will allow to happen in your life as well. That you will use spiritual practice in order to create a life that is worth living for you and for all people in the world, regardless of race or ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender identity, regardless of the faith system that they ascribe to, regardless of their age, regardless of their education, that all of life is protected and directed. We started the service today with, I see the kingdom of God in you. We practice, practice, practice so that we can all see the kingdom of God in everyone. And so please join me as I affirm this and know its truth. There is only one kingdom, one life, one power. It is the creator of all life. And in that kingdom, I live. And I express the love, the joy, the peace, the wholeness, the happiness, the harmony of that one. And everyone within the sound of the voice, of my voice, this voice, God's voice, also is a part of this kingdom. So I speak this word that practice, practice, practice takes us deep and deeper and then deepest. And that faith in the power that exists for good in the universe, knowing it is available to all and we can use it, is the avenue, is the highway, is our mode of transportation toward the kingdom of God. I'm so grateful for knowing that the kingdom of God is at hand. And it is possible to experience heaven on earth, as above, so below. This is what I claim. This is what I know. And we affirm it together by saying, and so it is.